Hello? My name is the storm on the Sea of Galilee. I am a painting. I was made in the year 1633. I was painted by a man named Rembrandt. Rembrandt was from the Netherlands. He was born in 1606 in a city called Leiden. He studied art and became a great painter. He lived in Amsterdam for many years. There, he painted many pictures. Rembrandt painted people, stories, and everyday life. He was very good at showing light and shadow. He liked to paint real emotions, fear, peace, joy, or sadness. Many people say he was one of the best painters in history. In my painting, you see a boat on the sea. There is a storm. The waves are big. The wind is strong. The boat is not safe. The people are afraid. They try to hold the sails. They try to stay on the boat. There are 14 people in the painting. One man looks at the viewer. His face is calm. Some people say that man is Rembrandt. Maybe he painted himself in the boat. No one knows for sure. For many years, I lived in a museum in Boston, USA. Its name was the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. I was on a big wall with other famous paintings. People came to see me. They said, "This painting is strong." They said, "It feels real." I was proud. I was part of art history. But one day, something terrible happened. It was night. The museum was closed. The lights were off. There were only 2 security guards inside. Everything was quiet. Then something happened. 2 men came to the door. They wore police uniforms. They said, "We are the police. We need to come in." One of the guards opened the door. He thought they were real police officers. But they were not. They were thieves. The thieves walked into the museum. They had large coats. They looked at the security cameras. Then they tied the guards with tape. The guards could not move. They could not call for help. The museum had an alarm system and cameras. But that night, they did not work fast enough. The thieves knew what to do. They moved quickly and quietly. They went from room to room. They chose which paintings to take. They did not break glass. They did not make noise. They came into the room where I was. They looked at me. One man said, "Take this one." The other man cut my frame. They rolled me up. I could not see anymore. Everything went dark. They did not only take me. They took 13 artworks in total. Some were very old. Some were very famous. All were valuable. The thieves left the museum. They carried the art in their car. Then they drove away. The robbery lasted about 81 minutes. It was the biggest art theft in modern history. And just like that, I was gone. After the robbery, the thieves put us in their car. It was dark inside. I was rolled up. I could not see anything. I could not hear much. The car moved fast. We left the city. We went to a quiet place. It was far away. There were no people around. The thieves took us to a small house. It was old. It had only a few rooms. The windows were closed. The lights were off. They carried us inside. They put us in a room with no windows. The room was cold and empty. The floor was hard. They left us there. No one talked. The house was very quiet. I stayed on the floor. I waited. I did not know the time. Maybe 1 day passed, maybe 2, maybe more. I missed the museum. I missed the lights. I missed the people who looked at me every day. Outside, people were talking. On the news, they said, 13 artworks are missing from the museum. The police are looking for them. The police came to the museum. They looked at the empty walls. They watched the camera videos. They asked questions. People were shocked. Visitors were sad. A woman cried and said, "They took Rembrandt." The police searched many places. They followed clues. They talked to many people. But they could not find us. No one saw the car. No one saw the faces of the thieves. It was a mystery. We were not in the museum anymore. We were in hiding. We were alone. But we were still here, waiting. Many years passed. I was still missing. I was still in the dark. I did not know where I was. I could not see anything. I could not hear anyone. I only waited. The police did not stop. They searched many homes. They checked buildings, warehouses, even old garages. They asked many people questions. They followed every clue, but they never found me. No one brought me back. No one knew where I was. No one saw the painting again. At the museum, my wall was empty. Visitors came and looked at the space where I used to hang. Some asked, "Where's the painting?" The museum guide said, "It was stolen in 1990. It is still missing." The museum placed a small sign where I used to be. Sometimes they put flowers there. Visitors took photos. Some wrote notes. Some said, "Please come back." A child drew me on paper and gave it to the museum. The child wrote, "I miss you." The museum offered a big reward, millions of dollars. "If you return the paintings, no questions will be asked," they said. But still, nothing happened. No person came. No voice called. Maybe I am in a dark basement. Maybe I am in a box. Maybe someone has me and does not understand what I am. I do not know. I do not move. I do not speak. But I still exist. I wait. Did you know? The storm on the Sea of Galilee was stolen in 1990. It was taken from the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston. The thieves wore police uniforms. They stole 13 works of art. The museum alarm did not ring that night. The thieves stayed in the museum for 81 minutes. They took only special and expensive paintings. The Storm on the Sea of Galilee is Rembrandt's only sea painting. The museum keeps the empty frame on the wall. The FBI and Interpol are still looking for the art. There is a reward, $10 million,